Good morning, assholes. How's it going? How you doing? Hey, you having a nice time? Look at this. Look at this nice Grindelia we got over here. One of the gum weeds. Looks like a Grindelia. Might not be. Probably is. Got kind of a globose capitula, multi-seriate, spiky phyllories, dentate leaves, except it's growing in the fucking Atacama desert. Very, very dry here. Look at this nice Corryocactus brevistylus too. Looking south right now. Going east up to the end. Oh, look at that. A nice piece of garbage over there. Now here's the fruits on that Corryocactus. Got relatively long spines. Probably, again, 10 ribs. I just don't know. What's supposed to disperse the seed? Maybe a bird or something? I don't know, you know. Get in there and just dig it out. Nothing can really touch it, huh? And here we go. There's another Solanum. Ooh, nice velvety indumentum on the stems right there. Smells pretty good. It actually smells, it smells like an actual tomato. Again, this is a different, it's like a different subgenus than the more purple Solanums that we get in North America. So, you know, I do see it fit to make a statement right now about the Atacama desert. And, what's this? It's like another cumulopunch. About the Atacama desert and how, though it is drier than any desert I've ever been in, it doesn't really get that hot. I was talking to somebody, they said it never really gets above 30 degrees Celsius. Well, sometimes it does, but most often not. Yeah, it's about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Just got to transfer, you know, 1 degree Celsius is equal to 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Do the math there, the multiplication, and then add that to 32, and you got your Fahrenheit equivalency there. So it doesn't get that hot. It's just so dry. So that's why it seems like a lot of these cacti, when people bring them to cultivation and bring them to a place like Arizona, say they just cook, especially if they're in full sun. You know, because a lot of these cacti again are adapted to fog. You can see. I mean, we're quite a ways inland from the ocean here, and it is it's still pretty hazy, you know. Almost feels like you're in LA, except instead of it being you know, exhaust particulates in the air, it's water vapor. Probably a little smattering of dust too. So all this stuff is dead. Looks like it might be an ambrosia right here. Nice little, looks like a piece of chert, perhaps chalcedony. Over here you got just one single flower on it. One of the Balbisia species. They look so much like one of the Rosaceae, one of the rose family members, but they're in Francoaceae. What the fuck, huh? That's a new family for me. This might be Balbisia microphylla. There's the calyx still on there. One single petal left remaining. Remember, calyx is sepals, corolla is petals. Together they form the perianth. And then I'm going to kick you in the balls and trade on it. But I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Why am I so turned up today? Why, huh? You forgive me? Can we just be friends? Is it all right? You forget? All right. I'll talk to you later. I got to get out. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Okay, just going up that little hill. I feel like the grandpa now. We're at 10,000 feet elevation. I thought we got some fucking height to us. Just check the barometer. 10,000 feet. Anyway, roughly 19 degrees latitude at 10,000 feet elevation. Look at that nice little valley over there, though. And then right here we got another species of Corryocactus, though it looks nothing like the typical old man of the Andes form. There's no hair on it. This is Corryocactus hemplianus. You're just forming a nice little clump. You know, just taking the beatings like a champ, you know? Quite a few scattered about, but there you go, look at that. Look, you can barely see any green. There's just so much scarring. You know, and then of course as they dry out, as they're using their energy reserves and they don't get any fog or any moisture, they're just withdrawing. That tissue is just drawing in on itself. Kind of like an accordion, you know? Those ribs just condense and retract. You know, and they can go years without water. And then here you go, here's Corryocactus leucostylus. Nice little fruits on it. Like looking like little plump tomatoes. You can see the flower is still on there. The perianth, of course, all completely shriveled and dry. Look at that, looking almost like a juniper or a cypress. we have another member of the sunflower family. This looks like Parastrephia quadrangularis, covered in a thick waxy cuticle. Look at the white resin and wax on it. Discoid flowers. And then, of course, just a very dry, barren landscape. Holy shit. 13,000 feet up we are. And there's just nothing. A lot of grass, though. Either a steepa or a fescue. That looks like the steepa. But there's fescue here, too. Oh yeah! You know, you probably can't hear me above this wind, but that's fine because I'm going to keep talking anyway. What you're looking at over there is a stratovolcano. It's high silica lava. It's composed of high silica magma. When it explodes, that's what makes it so explosive. High silica magma does not flow that easily. It's very viscous, so it tends to plug up the volcanic vent, and that's why, you know, unlike a shield volcano, which is relatively flat, this is more of the typical pyramid volcano shape. Mount Shasta in Northern California is a stratovolcano as well. They're associated with very explosive eruptions. Elevation here is about 14,100 feet. Okay, so the dominant plant life here. Oh, look, this is a ephedra, of course. Down here they call it pingo. Quite a few species. Got a Parastrephia. You got a Bacris. Got a Fabiana. It's in where's the Fabiana? Fabiana's in the. I think this is the Fabiana. Fabiana's in a nightshade family. And then over here, we got a very weird plant. This kind of looks like a cluster of bunch grasses, but it's actually a genus in this species in the genus Echinopsis in the cactus family. This is Echinopsis ferox. And Echinopsis is an entirely southern hemisphere genus. Got another one over there. They used to produce massive flowers when they do flower, you know, but right now it's much too cold and much too windy. So remember, spines are not the only mechanism that cacti use to discourage herbivory. Camouflage is another good one, and we see this Echinopsis doing a very good job at it. Just blending in so well. Like the bunch grasses that surround it. Again, that's quite likely a Stipa or Festuca species. And it just blends in. There's actually a species in Texas or New Mexico, like the northern Chihuahua Desert, that does the same thing. Not in the genus Echinopsis, but it's a species of cactus. I think it might be I forget what genus it might be actually. It's either in a Echinocerius or a Sclerocactus. Either way, it's hard to even tell that's a cactus. It just look how much it blends in. It just looks like a kind of unremarkable blend of bunch grasses, and then you get up close and you can see those tubercles, those areoles, and then of course when they flower, they're just going off. You know, flowers get quite large on almost all the Echinopsis. You know, look at these fucking spines. Are probably like 8 inches long. That's incredible. Never mind, I'm full of shit. It's actually got a flower on it. You can see the bracts. It's just not open yet. It looks like something actually tried to nibble on it a little bit right there. You know, those hairs on it. Echinopsis is the whole genus is notable for having trichomes on the actual perianth of the flower and the hypanthium. Holy shit, it's windy as hell. Right next to the ruins of some long abandoned human structure, we have the tiniest Hoffmannseggia, that is the pea family, that I've ever seen. Hoffmannseggia is a pretty familiar genus to anybody who's spent any time in the Mojave and Sonoran deserts. Got the pinnate leaves. Flowers ain't open yet, but there of course is the little pea pod fruit, the legume. Little salver-form corollas. Little purple tubes. You like the tubes? And my friend used to live in Portland. He knew some bar there called the Tube, and everybody who went there, I guess, was a knob, at least in his mind. So he called them all tubes. And there you go, nice little Adesmia pea family, probably Adesmia echinus, with those nice spines on it. There's the flower. Adesmia is a pretty big genus down there. Yeah, and then up there, you might be able to see all those little fuzzy white totem poles up there. And that's what we're headed to. Echinopsis atacamensis. Echinopsis atacamensis. Ooh, a nice salt flat over there. So you get a little basin up here at 14,000 feet. This might even be 15,000 feet. I don't know. I'm pretty winded. A little basin water doesn't drain to any sea, just evaporates. So you get these massive salt deposits, massive salty, briny lakes. Just volcanoes everywhere. Look, little moss mat. Don't you like moss mats? Everybody likes moss mats. They got some sort of chilanthoid fern. All dried and prickly, but what the shit? Still nice to see, huh? Oh, look at that. It's flowering. Look at that dense coat of spines. Of course, that's as much about teetering herbivory as it is about reflecting ultraviolet light. The atmosphere is so thin up here at 15,000 feet, the sun is a lot more intense. Probably quite a frost-tolerant cacti, too. Genus of cacti, rather. Oh, it looks like a Baccharis of some kind. Yeah, God, the wind can really piss off, huh? Oh, look, it looks so fuzzy. It's all woolly. Look, and there we got a junior. Who knows how old this one is? 20 years maybe? Again, spine's close to 8 inches long. More lava rocks, more lava cobbles. Appears to be a species of cumulopuntia. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is making a great sound as it goes through those cactus spines. Echinopsis atacamensis, everybody. Look at that thick coat of spines. So lower down, its spines are still pretty rough and hard, but higher up, it just kind of turns them into hairs, turns them into trichomes. Adaptation to the high Andes. Adaptation at 15,000 feet. 4,300 meters, however high that is. So much like the saguaros, you can see they have the Echinopsis have a better time germinating when they're in the shade of another plant. Like this, it's either a Parastrephia or a Fabaceae. I can't tell. There's no flowers and they both have similar leaves. You know, everything kind of looks the same. Just a different shade of piss yellow, at least in this season. So you can see this wash is more of the same. Dangerous as hell to walk on, relatively unconsolidated, very unstable. Jesus fuck. Very unstable of volcanic debris, you know. Probably all part of a massive pyroclastic flow eons ago. And oh, look at it. Probably all part of a massive pyroclastic flow eons ago. Yeah, a couple million years ago. And just all landed here, you know, just kind of cemented somewhat, but still unconsolidated. The boulders have a little bit of look like they've been turned a little bit though. You know, almost like by a stream, but it's got to be impossible. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe every once in a while, every 1,000 years there's a flash flood or something, who knows. Oh yeah, so here's a real weird one. Look at this, like spiny tentacles. What family you think this is in? All right, this will give it away. Lantana family, Verbenaceae. This is a species in the genus Dunalia. Fucking those spines, those thorns are larger than the leaves. Look at how tiny those leaves are. Nice little cumulopuntia back there. It's such a fucking weird. Look at this. It looks like one of those trash piles that you know, in blighted urban areas you see after tweakers have got the copper wires, you know, to strip all the plastic off to get to the copper. I don't know, it's just what it reminds me of, you know. I grew up in an urban area, seeing lots of blight, lots of hopelessness. So, anyway. Nice money shot of the flowers again. Do you like how I always have a way to bring it back to something totally negative? It's just, you know, just putting the modern human condition out there. Can't let you forget. Can't let you get too rosy looking at all this beautiful shit, especially since most of it probably won't be here in 100 years. You know what? I think maybe they'll put a Walmart right here. A Walmart and a housing development, you know, something estates. They'll name it after the cacti that they had to remove to build the ugly McMansions and tract homes. How American. At least it's American of me to think of it. And then growing in a wash, we got the all-time Andean favorite, another member of the sunflower family, Dunalia, spinosa. Got some nice Corryocactus back there. Highly invasive in California, the pampas grass. Amazing that it can even grow here in a desert at 15,000 feet, where it's incredibly cold and incredibly dry. And then we got my old friend Chuquiraga. One of the, ooh, it smells really nice. It smells actually really good. Holy shit. These flowers smell very, very pleasant. Very sweet, almost like honeysuckle. Foliage, of course, is very mean. Again, one of the basal asters in the Barnardesia subfamily. And one of the earlier branching lineages. And of course, this whole subfamily lacks, again, the 22,000 base pair inversion. Of course, base pairs, for those you don't know, ATCG, that's with DNA nucleotide. It's got the 22,000 base pair inversion that the rest of the family has. So this whole subfamily, Barnardesia, Chuquiraga, Dasyphilum, I think there's like 9 genera, lacks that that base parent version. It's basically just a mutation where the DNA sequence kind of flips itself. I've been wanting to see this genus for a long time. Oh, and they also got what's known as Barnardizioid trichomes, these special hairs that this pubescence that the rest of the family lacks. What a fucking great plant. And it's blooming right now, despite it being so dry, and it smells absolutely amazing. Chuquiraga, I think it's kuschelii. Oh yeah, a whole shit ton of Chuquiraga growing out of an ash flow. Or ash deposit, rather. Look at that. So it's kind of modified. It's got, looks like quite a few central spines, and then it's got much thinner radial spines that it's just kind of modified into trichomes. Can you even hear me? You probably don't want to hear me. It looks like old boy lost an arm. Or was cut off. Can't imagine who the fuck would cut off an arm. It's kind of random. Might have just been the wind as it's channeled through this little gully right here. And that's it for the sun today. Holy shit. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I feel like I've been huffing nitrous. I feel like I'm at my shitty dental service. Actually, my new one ain't too bad. The new one ain't too bad. The last one was kind of a yahoo, though. Holy shit. She was at the lunch. This is the fucking aerial morphology is blowing my mind. Those are spines. I mean, technically modified leaves. And then look at that goddamn flower up there. All the Echinopsis have a fuzzy hypanthium like that. You got a fuzzy hypanthium? Huh? Would you pay to have someone touch your fuzzy hypanthium? You know, why do I gotta take it there? Why do I gotta always make it nasty? Huh? Because it just seems like I'm trying to, instigate some of you, which maybe I am. What the fuck pollinates them? There can't be a bat flying around out here. Temperature's about to drop to like 30 degrees. There can't be a bat. What the fuck bat would be out here? I don't know. Alright, I'm done jerking off with this cactus. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Go fuck yourself. Bye.